What's up guys, this is TheKephas. I am legally blind and today I'm going to tell you a story of how for the first time in my life I was accused of faking it. As many of you know, I have been legally blind my entire life, which means that my vision is 20/200 uncorrected. This can be diagnosed after the eye doctor has you look at the famous eye chart and you fail to read past the second line, which is the 20/100 mark. If you fail to read that and there's no way to correct it, you are considered to be legally blind, like me. However, after 28 years, for the very first time in my life, I have been accused of faking it, pulling off the most epic long con in human history.
You're a phony! Hey, this guy's a great big phone!
This all began through my ongoing quest to find employment. I discovered a volunteer organization that worked through the government that helped people with disabilities like myself find steady employment. And I figured after 2 college degrees and no luck, I had nothing to lose, especially since it was free. So I set up a meeting, they introduced me to the program, they set me up with my caseworker, and we were off to the races. They asked me what I was looking for from them, and I said assistance with finding employment. And I reassured them that I needed no assistance in any other area. They said that was fine and that they would focus on helping me find a job. Everything was going good right up until I met my caseworker. After providing 2 college degrees, a fully written resume, and having filled out several surveys specifically designed to highlight my skill set and my job interest, this lady had no idea what to do with me. She asked me where I wanted to work. I told her that if I knew that, I wouldn't be there. Fortunately, we came to a goal of placing me in a call center somewhere. Wasn't my dream job, but if it was going to pay the bills, I was satisfied. What followed was several weeks of waiting and then another random meeting with a completely different lady. She proceeded to show off all these quirky gadgets designed to help people who can't see. They mostly consisted of weird magnifiers and those CCTVs. Seriously, it was like I was James Bond meeting up with Q right before a mission.
Don't touch that! It's my lunch.
I had a lot of experience with most of these devices from back when I was in school. Pretty much had discarded all of them because they were more of a hindrance than a help. And then it got kind of bizarre when she had me try on all these different sunglasses with different filters. It was like I was browsing Instagram. And that's kind of the basis for the entire meeting. We liked each other, she was nice, I was nice, but she was basically trying to force a bunch of devices on me that I didn't want. Then they scheduled an eye appointment, which was kind of weird because I had just had an eye appointment, had the eye report and everything, but it wasn't good enough because they wanted me to see their eye doctor. So I went with it, had the same experience as before. Creepy eye doctor comes in, turns off the lights, gets uncomfortably close to your eyes, shines the bright frickin' light in your eyes, puts the eye drops in so that he can dilate your eyes. They check my blood pressure for some reason. I've never had that in an eye appointment before, but hey, 120/80, so I've got that going for me. And then, as you can imagine, the eye appointment was exactly the same, still blind as a frickin' bat. Several weeks passed, and then I meet with my caseworker again, Joy. And shocker, this meeting had nothing to do with any progress on finding me a job. She wanted to begin mobile training, which literally was teaching me how to walk up and down stairs, how to cross streets. Now, bear in mind, ladies and gentlemen, that I am 28 years old. I live on my own in a 2nd-story apartment, and I walk everywhere. Then she wanted to make a house call, have somebody come in my house and teach me how to do things that I already knew how to do and was doing, like cleaning the house and cook. I've been living in my own home for 3 years by myself. I already knew how to cook and clean. Then she wanted to have access to my own personal computer where they would install programs to help out blind people. None of these things having anything to do with helping me find a job, specifically going against the agreement that we made from the beginning that I was here specifically to find a job and I did not need help in any other area. So I told her I didn't need mobility training, they weren't welcome in my home, and they weren't getting anywhere near my personal computer, which I built for myself. Thank you very much. Now, keep in mind that I was much more kind to her than how I'm making it sound here. But I was getting kind of frustrated because this was several months after our first meeting and I was nowhere closer to finding a job. This did not change as I was then set up for a computer analysis. At first, I was kind of excited because I thought I was going to have my computer skills tested. However, upon meeting this, quote, computer expert, I became more deflated than the football rack of the New England Patriots. So, he started off by asking me to list the basic components of a computer. So I said, motherboard, processor, hard drive, RAM, and then he interrupted me saying, no, more basic than that. And I realized what he was asking for was keyboard, mouse, monitor, tower. Shoot me in the face.
Shoot me in the face! In the face!
This guy was literally getting frustrated with how proficiently I was using a computer. And what was meant to be a 3-hour session turned into a 30-minute session when this guy frustratingly admitted that I clearly did not need their help. By then, I was completely frustrated, and I was just about to pull the plug on this whole operation when my caseworker called me and informed me about a very intriguing opportunity. There's a program in our state designed specifically for people with visual disabilities, where the government will help you start your own business. You can either open up a brand new cafeteria or run a string of vending machines, all backed by the government and located in a government facility, like a rest stop, an Air Force base, or even a prison. Because this is limited to such a small sect of the population, this is a huge opportunity and could turn out to be very lucrative. So I immediately wanted to jump on it because starting my own business sounds extremely exciting. So scratch the call center, let's start a business. Finally, we're making progress. Followed up was months of testing and assessment and qualifications. Things are looking pretty good, and it looks like I'm just about to start working when I get a call from my caseworker and a meeting is scheduled kind of out of nowhere. My caseworker informs me that suddenly my eligibility is questionable. They are not so certain that I am legally blind. In other words, I'm faking it. In spite of the fact that I have a doctor's report and I receive benefits, I just simply don't act blind enough, apparently. I mean, I live on my own, I take care of myself, I'm proficient with the computer, I don't walk with a cane. So I'm just waiting to hear whether or not I'm going to be eligible for this, and to that I say, go sit on a cone. But honestly, if I am handling this so well that people are actually questioning whether or not I'm legitimately blind, then as far as I'm concerned, I have mastered blindness. I've beaten this thing. So as always, I'm hoping for the best, but if this doesn't work out, I will find another way, because this is just a small glimpse into the life of the legally blind. Thanks for watching. This is TheKephas. Have a wonderful day. Until next time.